What is up, guys? It's T. Kyle, and happy Sunday night. This video is delayed. My weekend chat is delayed this weekend because I felt like shit yesterday and the day before, and I was just like, I could not get myself up and ready and going to sit down and bitch into my camera. It was bad. Like, it was really bad. But I am here. It is Sunday evening. I'm off tonight. I don't have Dunkin' Donuts because it's, you know, not the morning, but I do have a zesty blood orange, not red, Diet Coke, not sponsored. So, I am here this week. This week was an interesting week. It was like, I had some really funny shit happen to me this week at work. Luann, Bethany, Jennifer Lawrence were together. If you have not seen that clip on YouTube, search WWHL, Jennifer Lawrence, Luann. It is so fucking funny. You have, I was dying, and I was even in the background of Luann's Snapchat or Instagram story, and I'm standing right there. I listened and eavesdropped on the whole conversation, and unfortunately I signed an NDA/confidentiality agreement, so I can't share anything that I heard, but just know that Luann is just so... Luann, in my opinion, even though she sent me a cease and desist, is one of the funniest, probably the greatest housewife of all time, and that episode was so funny. And I witnessed with my own eyes and my own ears Luann de Lesseps, the Countess Luann, telling Oscar award-winning actress Jennifer Lawrence about how she got arrested. And it was, you guys, if I could export an MP4 with the audio and video of what I saw and heard, so that was iconic this week. But then otherwise, I was miserable. I was thinking about it in this weekend chat, and I was like, the reason why I didn't film yesterday, and I hope I'm still focused because I'm still adjusting to this new setup and whatever. The reason why I didn't want to film yesterday, because I was like, does anyone want to hear me bitching about stuff or venting about stuff? I was like, I'm not famous. I ain't nobody. I'm only Miss Minnie. You know, who cares? Why would anyone care? If I'm just bitching about stuff. So I was like, I'm just not going to do it. I was in a really bad mood yesterday, and I don't know. I feel like the reason why I'm sitting down today, and I'm going to tell you the story, is because I feel like most people, and this is not a dig or shade or whatever, but I feel like most people, including some of my friends who are influencers or whatever, everything they put out there is so curated. And I'm guilty of it. You know, my Instagram, I do stories, but my last Instagram post wasn't, it was 2.5 weeks ago, almost 3 weeks ago. I just don't post a lot, and I don't really post on Facebook. So that is curated in a way. That's curation, choosing to put what I put out there. But I feel like there's so many people who all you see, it's everything's amazing and everything's great and life is so good and life is so great. And it's just that's fine. That's great. That's awesome. But it's not the reality. You know what I mean? And I feel like the conversations that I have with people offline are, more relatable. People kind of going through the same thing. They don't know, what's going on with their life, their career. They're insecure about certain things. They're struggling with certain things. They're going through shit. And then online, it's just everything's funny and fine and perfect and great. And, So then I was thinking about it. I was like, I'm just going to sit down and fucking, share the shit that I've been going through because, there was a lot of people who wrote Christmas cards to me and stuff that said that they appreciate that. They appreciate the fact that I sit here and I'm like, okay, this, I'm going through this or I'm going through that, or this is, bothering me, or this is making me upset, or I'm insecure about this. People appreciated that. So that's why I mustered up the will to sit here and talk with you guys about it. I love how last week I was like, oh, I'm feeling so confident and blah, 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 blah. And I realized this week I completely hit a wall. Everything hit me like a ton of bricks yesterday. Like when I tell you I felt like everything was going at Mach. Is that the right thing? Mach speed, right? Or is that sound? I don't know, whatever. It was going fucking fast. So the past month has just been nonstop, every single day, something to do. I can't take off work. Everything is just, boom, 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 scheduling shit in the morning, scheduling shit after work, which is already chaos in itself. Good chaos, great chaos, but still chaos. I've been going like 120 miles per hour every single day, just trying to fit everything into wherever I can fit it in. And we had this snowstorm on Friday, and I had a day off Friday, and I had all this stuff again scheduled out to just things to get done. And it was awful outside. I mean, it was hailing, snowing. I went to get coffee and it was blowing sideways, and it honestly felt like glass broke. Like someone shattered glass and was like bitch. And it hurt so bad. And I was like, this is not happening today. So I had to cancel everything, all the errands I had going on. And I just sat here and I was like, what is going on? So I was like, let me try and do things that, I have to make a couple phone calls, make sure that all my address changes are confirmed, and, just things that I could take care of from home. And so I called. This is how it started. This is what set it off. This is the trigger, as the kids would say. So I'm here and I called my old landlord and I was just like, hey, I just want to make sure everything is 100% good. Everything's fine, done, settled, whatever. And she's like, yes, send me your new address. I'm going to send out your security deposit. You're going to get your security deposit back. And which is great, fantastic. Even though I haven't seen that money in 7 years, I'm getting it back, which is awesome. And she was like, just want to say thank you again for being such a great tenant. I'm sorry things couldn't work out, blah, 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 whatever. We hang up. That was closure for me. And I was sitting here and I was just like, that was kind of when it all just hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, this is done. I'm here now. What is going on? And I felt so out of place and I felt so confused because I still have not been sleeping well here. And I know that it's just going to take time, but I just was like, whoa, I'm not going back to my old place. I'm not going back to my old area. So I tried to keep myself busy Friday by just, I placed a couple orders for things and I started sorting through my closet back there, just kind of, let me try and figure out the best layout. I went through all my bathroom stuff and I was really stressed and I was just, moving stuff and like blah, 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 blah. And all the stress was just like building up and I was in a lot of pain. Like I really honestly should have, when I moved, like physically moved 2 weeks ago, I should have gone and gotten like a massage or gone to the chiropractor or like done something to, take care of like all the neck tension and arm tension and leg tension, whatever. So Saturday I woke up and I did not sleep. Everything kept waking, every single pop, crack, twist, wind thing woke me up. I was on maybe 2 hours of sleep and I woke up yesterday and I just could not move. I literally was like, I can't move. And I was in so much pain, my neck, my back, just like that. Sorry, I didn't really even mean to do that, but oh, see, right on cue. My radiator right now, it's an old building, so it has like one of those steam radiators, so it'll be like shit like that still. Now the silver lining to this is that whatever that, what do they call it? It's like spidey sense or like your sixth sense of when you're sleeping, and if your body senses something around you is like off, it wakes you up and you go into full adrenaline mode. Whatever that is still works. So I guess that's the silver lining, but it's not really good when you need a full night's rest or you have work the next day. So literally every single thing, like that hissing, which you probably can't even hear on here, it's so faint. I flung the fuck out of it. I was like, huh! My chest was like pounding out of my stomach or whatever. My chest was pounding out of my fucking... You guys know what I'm saying. I like flung up, my adrenaline was racing, and I was like, oh my God. And that just keeps happening every single fucking morning. And I'm like ready to fight. I'm like, it's like, or like I hear like click, someone opens their door, and I'm like, who wants to go? I grew up living next to trains. Those fucking things didn't wake me up. And here I am. It's like, knock. Awful. So I just keep waking up. So Saturday, I was like, I can't move. I was in so much pain when I woke up. So I got myself dressed and I went to like one of those walk-in massage places. And I was like, just everything. I need everything. Just everything. And it was so worth it because it just really helped. Like I think I need to go back at the end of the week, but it just like helped take everything out. And so I did that. Then I went and got coffee, and I was in my new area, and I just had another meltdown. I was like, where am I? What, like, I felt so lost and confused. I guess I don't want to say, okay, I didn't move that far from my last apartment, but I am a lot closer to Times Square right now. That's all I'm going to say. I'm very close to Times Square. And so everyone in my area right now that is on the sidewalk is like a tourist, is basically a tourist. And so it's people with suitcases looking around. They have no idea where they're going. There's just chaos. It's crowded. It's congested. It's just no one knows where they're walking, and they're like, cameras, whatever. And that energy I felt like I was soaking up the energy around me, and it just added on to the feeling of feeling not home, feeling like I have no idea where I am, feeling lost, feeling confused. It just exasperated it. It was like I soaked all of that energy in like a sponge. I was already feeling that way, and then all of that around me just made me feel even worse. And I had a full-on meltdown, and I was like, oh my God, what did I do? Why did I do this? When is it gonna get better? I felt lost, confused. I felt like I had no friends. I was just like, what's going on? And that is why there was no weekend chat yesterday, because that was, it all hit me at once. And honestly, maybe it was bound to happen. I feel like I processed things yesterday. It kind of hit me. It's almost like a morning in a way, because I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? I was going back, and I'm like, why is this affecting me so much? Like, it's just moving, But then I was thinking about it, and growing up, we moved around a lot when I was a little kid. We lived with my grandparents at one point. We rented houses and rented different places, and one house was haunted that we rented. That was crazy. I would go back and forth from, I was on bunk beds pretty much my whole life with my brother. And my parents bought their house when I was 10 years old. So from 10 to 17, we stayed in this one house. But even then, we rented out our house in the summer, a couple summers, just to help them pay off their house. I guess that they made extra money. And so we still, I was like always moving around and always, never felt settled. And then when I was 18, I moved here for college, and I never went back. So then college, got my sublet. Then I moved to my other apartment that I was at for 7 years. So that apartment, honestly, was the longest I've ever stayed in one spot consistently. That was my apartment that I just left. In all 29 years of my life, that pretty much was like the most stable home for me. So I think that's kind of why I'm having this experience. I do love my apartment here. It's huge. I mean, look, it's fucking massive. I got myself Philips Hue lights, those lights that you can like schedule. Oh wait, actually, let me show you. Please hold. Let me pull up the app. Not sponsored, by the way. Okay. Ooh. Oh, that was so anticlimactic. You can only see a little bit of it. Let me brighten it up. There we go. But like, see this, like, you'd be able to see it more if it was dark. But we could also do this red, or like just like a nice glow. But whatever. There, I'll leave that up since it kind of matches the sunlight. But yeah, you know, I got those lights and I love them. I like my new bed. I am getting a new TV. I'm getting a new computer chair. I'm getting another accent chair. You know, so I do like it here. It's just I still feel out of place, and it really didn't hit me until this weekend when you know, due to the weather and just whatever, my plans were lighter. And then that's when it all hit me. I was just going full speed ahead last week, and I was like, oh, I've got this. Like, you know, I just did this, and this, and this, and this. And I felt, you know, I was just on such a high because I couldn't just take a day off, you know, because I had so many things to get done. And, you know, the weather just, you know, was like, hit me like a freaking wall. Oh, my viewfinder is so fucked up. I don't know what's happening with this. Whatever, I hope I'm focused. It's like flipping like crazy. I can't even see. Whatever. So yeah. So what was I saying? I think I was talking about how, you know, I'm finding things that I am liking about this apartment. I'm finding out the things, you know, that I don't like about this apartment too. But this too shall pass, right? Because ultimately, you know, I think I've said this to you guys before, how important sleep is. When that is disrupted, it's, you know, I'm fucked, really, honestly. You know, it messes with my diet, it messes with my mood, it messes with my skin. And so, you know, I think I'm just gonna keep trying new things and seeing, you know, how I can make this feel more comfortable. Having my, you know, I kept my blankets, I kept my couch, you know, so it's like things like that make me feel better. I need to get some candles. I think Bath and Body Works is having a sale. So I need to do that just so that it, you know, smells more like an apartment and not, because I do think they renovated before I moved in. And so it does kind of have this like renovated smell. And so it kind of just adds to this feeling of like, whose apartment am I in? Like, am I in an Airbnb? Am I in a hotel? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel, you know, I gotta get like I need to just get some fucking mahogany teak wood and just feel at home, right? Let it just permeate all the surfaces and the pores of the walls. I don't know. Maybe that will help. Oh, before I forget, I wrote, because I did write, you know, that not everything was terrible this week. Just, you know, things got to me. But, so what night was it? Friday night. Friday night, I bought Sims 4 Cats and Dogs because it was on sale. Whatever. Because I told you guys that I like wanted to do the Sim series or whatever. And I set it all up because I had just, you know, all my settings were different. And the program I used, if you guys watched, I did live streams months ago. The program updated, so like that I used to record. So I just had to, you know, run a couple tests, and I was like, oh my God, like this is, you know, I'm getting somewhere with this. And so I got Cats and Dogs, and I went in and I was playing a little bit and just kind of like setting things up and like getting my creativity going again. So I did do that. So that is good. I'm like making progress. And then I was, whatever. I just, you know what? Not every week is a good week. This is what it is. This is how I'm feeling. This is what's going on. And maybe just by getting this out and up, I'll feel better. I also just really have a hard time sitting and doing nothing. Isn't that weird? I don't know if that's a good thing, but you know, I think I have a hard time relaxing. I'm also just so excited for it to be spring and to be outside and to walk, because walking is one of the things that I do to release stress, and just being able to walk and not be freezing is a very, very nice thing because it really just helps me. Basically, me talking into this camera right now for my weekend chats is exactly what I do on my walks. I will put headphones on so that nobody talks to me and no one bothers me, but I won't listen to music. And I do what I'm doing here. I talk to myself, which sounds weird, but I just talk out my problems. I'm like, okay, what is it that is bothering you? What triggered it? How can I fix it? Okay? Like what's the issue? How can I make it better? So with this, you know, I hit the wall. It happened. It all is settling. I've now gotten over it. I need to just find a couple things to, you know, make it feel more homey here. Maybe it's candles. Maybe I just need to get a fucking mahogany teakwood candle and post up. But that's all for this weekend chat. I'm gonna go. I feel like I'm having trouble finding the words to say, which means that I'm pretty much talked through everything that I wanted to talk through today. But yeah, bear with me through the next couple weeks. I mean, I feel like, you know, I don't know where the next month will go, but I am going to be going to LA the first week of April, and so I'm going to do another LA vlog, like the one I did last year, which is honestly, like, when I look at my channel, my LA vlog is one of my favorite things I've ever done. It just is, I feel like I captured so much of how I felt through very simple camera shots and music, and just the way my mood felt the whole time. And I really feel like I captured visually how my experience was to a T. So I'm very excited about that. And that will be in April, so in a month. But yeah, I'm gonna, you know, whatever happens, happens. With the Sim series, I wanna do it where, because like with the Britney one and the Demi one, I had to unlock certain things. And so I had to like play for a little bit and record, and then come back like 2 hours later, play, record again. And then, you know, I had to like chunk it out because it wasn't just a playthrough. So with this Sims one, I want to do, oh, something in my nose is itching. What does that mean? Is that good fortune? If your nose itches, hopefully. But with my Sims one, what I want to do is I want to do a full like film for like 4 hours and then chunk it up so that I have a full like 8 episodes ready to go, so it's consistent and it's like up every single week or twice a week or whatever. I want to make it so it's consistent. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to promise something and then do one episode and then it falls off. I want to just film it all at once and then put it out there for you guys. But yeah, it's whatever. Life goes on. The sun is setting. Tomorrow will be a new day. And maybe I'll feel better. Well, I feel better today. Which is why I'm filming this video. I feel like I'm talking soft. It got quiet again. Oh, see, I like don't feel comfortable here. That's the other thing too, is like, I feel like I stand up and I'm like, oh my God, can someone hear me? Like, you know what I'm saying? I need to get over that. How do I get over that? Can anyone help me get over it? It's like that quote when Tinsley's like, everyone just keeps telling me to get over it. And it's just like, I'm not over it. Whatever. Okay, guys. So thank you for dealing with me. Thank you for the words of encouragement. For those of you who are like, I totally get how you feel, and you comment that, I really appreciate it, because it's nice for me to like vent stuff out and feel like I'm not alone, because I am technically like alone, literally alone here in my apartment when I post on YouTube. So that is all for this weekend. Next weekend, hopefully, will be, you know, a better week. And my TV's coming this week. I even felt bad about getting rid of my TV. Is that weird? I felt sad. Getting new desk chairs coming this week. What else is coming this week? Oh, I have new lights coming this week. So, you know, just 1 week further along. And I will see you guys next weekend, or maybe even earlier than that, with something, I don't know. But yeah, enjoy the Oscars. If you don't watch the Oscars like me, because I don't watch movies, hopefully you're enjoying watching this. Or see? Like, what was that door? That's the kind of shit that will scare me in the middle of the night. Whatever. Bye, guys.
It's Britney, bitch. Shake your tits. Dunkin' Donuts.